Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everyone. Today we have a new hero. This is Eve Code Ultimate from Elsort. I made by That One Red, which I believe is the first time in the show. Just like many other people recently, I will say, unfortunately, well, it does come in a cool box. It doesn't actually have any information about the characters, so I cannot bring and say anything about this time, as I don't have any knowledge about Elsort, even on the basics. So I can only say that it looks really cool, and that's about it. For this battle, they'll be fighting with Target Pseudo, Impact Wasteland Ronin, Omnitron-XI, and they'll be fighting in Omnitron-IV against Hivemind Swarm Eater. So let's begin. At the start of the game, put Swarm Eater's VN character card into play, distribute my hats side up, search the VN deck for converted biomass and absorb nanites, and remove them from the game. Shuffle the VN deck, so we basically don't have to care about any cards being put under, which is cool. Whenever a VN target would deal damage to another VN target, react damage to hero with the highest HP. When a VN target is play, flip Storm Eater's VN character card, activate the absorb text of all cards beneath VN targets, drain Storm Eater's name as the name of that target, ignore all other game text on those cards, and destroy them when that target leads play. At the end of the VN turn, if there are no nano mutants in play the top card of the VN deck. Then going to start then, since we don't get any special setup. Other priorities, we search for single mana pursuit and put into play, and single mana pursuit. Ongoing, place card next to the target with the lowest HP other than Storm Eater. The target next to this card is pursued. Increase damage dealt by Storm Eater by 2. If the pursued target leaves play, destroy this card. So right now the lowest is Impact actually, so then we play top of the VN deck. We get the Speedhawk, that's the target, so we do flip to colony upgrades. When Storm Eater flees to this side, discard cards right top of the deck until target is discarded. Put the discarded target beneath the VN target that just entered play, and then we flip him back. So we basically get to give him an extra effect, which is that he has first turn DR. He is giving everybody a +1 damage. So quite an annoyance to say the least. Now he flips back, we do the end of turn, so he plays an extra card. Okay. That's a Blade Hawkman, Nano Mutant. At the end of the VN turn, discard deals a hero target with the highest HP, 2 lightning damage. Its absorb text is at the end of the VN turn, so immediately deals the target on itself with the highest HP, 2 lightning damage. So once more, they flip, and they get a Speedhawk. Nano Mutant, increase damage dealt by Ventures by 1, but it only does absorb text, which is increased damage dealt by Storm Eater by 1, which in this case is changed to the Blade augmentation, so they just get a +1 damage. So that's +2 basically. Right, so with all of that done, that now gives the only other end of turn effect, which is the Blade Hot, so highest takes 2, increase to 4. There we go. And now we start with Pseudo. Right, we're going to play Risky Impersonation, Ongoing, Shape Limited. When this card enters play, discard 1 card, then destroy each shape other than this one. Each time a VN card will enter play, Pseudo may deal himself 5 psychic damage. If his self damage is weak, discard that card instead. So we'll discard the Mind Over Matter. And then we're going to use his base power, which is Psyblast. You may discard a card or put the top card of your deck into your trash. If you do, shuffle a number of shapes from your trash into your deck and deal one target X +1 psychic damage, where X the number of shapes you shuffle this way into your deck. So we're going to move top. That is a shape, so we're going to shuffle it back in and deal 2 damage to Storm Eater themselves. We draw a card. Impact. Now they're going to play Accelerated Collision, 1-shot. Impact deals a target 2 infernal damage. You may play a card, so we're going to then hit the Speed Dog mutation. Then we can we'll play Crushing Rift, 1-shot. Selects a non-character target in play with current HP less than its maximum. Reduce that target to half of its current HP, rounded down. So it just takes 3 damage basically. So it at least gets rid of a lot of HP early on, and with the DR it has, I think it's worth it. Impact is going to use its base power, Impulse. Impact regains 1 HP, or the next time one of your ongoing cards is destroyed, played. So we're going to use the base power, the power effect there. So we're going to use a token to remind us there, and the next time one of our is destroyed, we get it back. So that's cool. Draw. Omnitron Storm. They're going to play Rocket Punch. Equipment. Omnitron-X deals 1 target 2 projectile damage. Omnitron-X may deal 1 target 1 projectile damage. So with that, we're going to hit the speed augmentation for 1 and 1 total because of the DR, and draw a card. Next we have Eve. They're going to play Code Nemesis. 1 shot. Reveal from the top of your deck until 2 ongoing cards with different names are revealed. Put 1 into play and draw 1 to your hand. Shuffle the reveal cards into your deck. If Odin is not in play, you may search your deck or trash for Odin and put it into play. If it's from your deck, shuffle it, otherwise move it next to a target. So we're going to get 2 ongoings here. Between launches, we're going to put defensive enemies into our hand and Queen of Destruction into play, which is ongoing, lands limited. Once per turn, when target next to Odin is destroyed, you may move Odin next to another target. If the power is, if deals up to 3 targets 1 melee damage each. If a target is destroyed this way, if deals up to 3 targets 1 melee damage. So with that, it is shuffle. Then we search for Odin. Now we actually have, since we don't have it in play, and we put it into play, right? Yeah, we put it into play. So Odin. Equipment, relic, lands. When this card is moved next to a target, it may deal that target 2 melee or 1 irreducible energy damage. When this card enters play, will be next to Eve, which for this we actually have a token given made by the creator to make us remember, which looks actually quite cute, to be honest. So there's that. And the hero next to this card has access to powers on lands cards you control, replacing Eve with the name of the hero and you with their player. So with that now done, we have Eve next to them, but next to the lands, which doesn't matter too much. But then we're going to use the base power. Nace or Spear, Odin. Either search your deck or trash for Odin, put it into play and move it and shuffle your deck, or move Odin next to a target. We're going to move it next to a speed augmentation, which lets it deal 2 damage, which is then enough to destroy it. And because the target next to it was destroyed, we can move it next to another target, which is going to be, we're going to just choose Swarmeter this time, just to make it easier for us, and start hitting him a bit more. So it's 2 more damage, and then with that they draw a card, and that's their turn. Omnitron plays Conveyor Panels. Component, drawn cards are immune to melee damage. At the start of the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. So something we probably don't want to deal with, if we can, but we'll hopefully can get rid of it soon. Swarmeter, they play Hunting Grounds, reduce damage dealt to Swarmeter by environment targets by 1. Increase damage dealt by Swarmeter to environment targets by 1. Whenever Swarmeter destroys a target, play the top card of the environment. Nothing too bad really, especially in this version. We play top. Update priorities. Single melee process is already in place, so it doesn't matter much, so we just play top. We get another plate augmentation, meaning we get a new target. They get the Absorb text, so if I start of the beat turn, destroy 1 hero ongoing or equipment. Not too bad, especially because of how weak they are right now. Back. That was the extra play, so highest takes 3 damage, that's going to be Pseudo. And then highest going to take 3, that's going to be Eve. Those cards weren't that bad, so we decided to let them be played because of that. Pseudo, they're going to play Mind Over Matter. Ongoing, relimited, reduce psychic damage dealt to hero targets by 1. And each time a hero target deals damage, they may change the type to the damage to psychic. So we can at any moment deal psychic damage, which is really good to say the least. So, and that's going to be it. Power, they're going to use their base power once more. Discard, shuffle it, and then deal 2 damage, which is going to go to display augmentation, and then draw. Impact, they're going to play Local Microgravity, Ongoing Limited. When this card is played, Impact regains 1 HP. The first time Impact will be dealt damage each environment turn, prevent that damage, and its power is Impact deals 1 target 3 sonic damage, destroy this card. So he heals for 1, but he's at full. We're going to use then that power to reduce this to 1 HP. It's destroyed, but because of Impulse, we just get it back, which will heal him, but he's at full, so it doesn't matter. We draw. Omnitron is going to just play Elemental Exo Chases, Equipment Plating, reduce Cold, Fire, Lightning, and energy damage dealt to Omnitron-X by 2. When this card is played, return all platings to your hand. So Nothing right now. They're going to use the rocket punch to deal 3 damage to Storm Eater and then draw. If they're going to play Queen's Verdict. One shot, destroy an ongoing card or attack with 3 or less HP. You may destroy Odin. If you do, destroy an ongoing card, environment card, or attack with 3 or fewer HP. We're going to destroy the ongoing from that, just to be safe, so they can actually get damage. And then with that, we're going to use the power of Queen of Destruction, deals to target 1 melee damage, so this is destroyed. This is at 1 HP, and Storm is at takes 1. But because a target was destroyed away, we can deal up to 3 targets 1 melee damage again, so we can destroy these 2 also. Or this one too, I mean. We draw, that's it. Right, the environment, we play Mechanic Accumulator. I have the device drawn. At the end of the environment turn, destroy 1 equipment card and 1 component card. Whenever a card is destroyed this way, each turn regains 1 HP. So we have to destroy an equipment card. We only have cards from Omnitron, so we're going to destroy the plating, which isn't that bad right now. And that will heal them for 1, but they're at full, so it doesn't matter. Alright, Storm Eater. They're going to play. They would play the Jumper Augmentation, Nano Mutant, reduce damage dealt to this card by non-mutant cards by 1. At the end of the Beyond turn, this card deals a 2 hero attack with the lowest HP, 2 melee damage each. With the Absorb Death, reduce damage dealt to Storm Eater by 1. But instead, we're going to use Wrist Impersonations, take 5 damage, and discard it instead. End of turn, we're going to play Searchable Anger. Storm Eater deals each other target 2 melee damage. For each target destroyed by Storm Eater this way, destroy 1 hero ongoing or equipment card. So we'll just take the AoE 2, as I think it's technically more damage, but I think everybody's healthy enough where it's not the end of the world. Nothing gets destroyed, so we don't lose anything. So 1 free turn basically. Now Pseudo is going to play Bard Spines. When this card enters place, he'll deals each non-hero target 1 projectile damage, then destroy each shape other than this one. And each time Pseudo is dealt damage by a non-hero target, he deals a target 2 melee damage. So we'll destroy this one, and so we deal the AoE 1. Then power, we're going to discard top and shuffle 1 shape to deal 2 damage to the Manipulator to get rid of him. Right, impact, they're going to play Special Fitness. When this card is played, draw 2 cards and 3 other copies of Special Fitness. Whenever one of your ongoing cards other than Special Fitness is destroyed, you may destroy this card and put it back into play. So first we draw 2. Power, we're going to use Local Microgravity, deal 3 damage. It will be destroyed, but then we'll use Special Fitness to just put it into play and heal him for 1. Draw face. There we go. Omnitron, they're going to play Focus Plasma Cannon. Equipment component. At the start of your turn, Omnitron may deal 1 target to resolve fire damage. If Omnitron-XI deals 5 or more damage in 1 turn, destroy this card. So we're going to use this reminder, and then power, going to hit Storm Eater for just 3 damage. Draw face. Alright, Eve is going to play Cognitive Link, ongoing, lands limited. The first time each turn, Odin is moved next to a hero. That hero may use a power or draw a card, then discard a card. The draw and discard is part of the same effect, so you don't have to use a power and discard a card. The power is if you have 3 or less cards in hand, you may draw a card. You may discard a card. If you do, Eve deals a target 3 melee damage. So in power, we're going to get Odin again, which then when it enters play, it moves next to us. We're not going to make us take damage, but we get a free power because of that. So with that, we're going to just use the power in Cognitive Link to discard a card and hit Storm Eater for 3 more damage. Then draw face. Environment, we get Overcharge Systems. All start of turn effects during the environment turn also act at the end of the environment turn. At the end of the environment turn, each player may discard a number of cards. If at least 6 cards are discarded this way, destroy this card. We probably should do that, but right now it's not the end of the world because we can get rid of it first, so we can just leave it alive for now. Storm Eater, play. Non-Night Corruption. Reveal cards from the top of the Beyond deck until 3 targets are revealed. Put those cards into play, discard the rest. And then Storm Target deals the 4 targets other than itself with the lowest HP to projectile damage each. So we get 3 targets. So we get Venom Augmentation, Nano Mutant. At the end of the Beyond turn, this card deals the hero with the highest HP For projectile damage, any target dealt damage this way deals itself 1 toxic damage with the absorbed text of whenever from either deals damage to another target, that target deals itself 1 toxic damage. So because of this, they first technically flip, and we discard and we get a target. They have first turn DR, which is annoying to be honest. Next one they get is the Stalker Augmentation, Nano Mutant. At the end of the BN turn, this card deals each shield target except the hero with the lowest HP 2 irreducible energy damage, and the absorb text is at the end of the BN turn, so it deals each other target 1 irreducible energy damage. Then we discard, we continue discarding. The cards here are still being revealed because of the way this works, so that's why they're not being shuffled in this. They get that one DR, just straight up DR. That's actually quite annoying here. And the last one is for Augmentation, Nano Mutant. At the end of the BN turn, this card deals the hero target with the second highest HP for 3 fire damage, and each player must discard a card. The absorb text is at the start of the BN turn, 2 players must discard a card, which they get a Black Augmentation with the absorb text of letting them hit highest for other than itself for 2 timing damage, so they just get to deal a bit more damage. Could be worse really. This get discarded, and then for lowest take 2 damage. That would be these 3 guys and Pseudo, which all of those hits here go to highest because of the way it works, so basically we're going to just let everyone take 2 damage here. That was the first play, so we still have enough turn play. Try to deal non-character target with the H non-character target with the lowest HP for irreducible damage each, and then deals the hero with the highest HP for melee damage. So that's these 4 guys, which is 4 irreducible, which all go to highest. So first impact, then Eve, then Omnitron, which makes it so they took 5 or more, so they lose it, and that's it. But then highest takes 4, so that's still, it will have still end up the same way, so it doesn't really matter. Then main augmentation, we're going to make it so they hit Pseudo, so then they hit him back for 2, which is raised to 1, and then he hits himself for 1. Then AoE 2 to everyone but lowest, which is Pseudo this time. And then last one, second highest takes 3 fire damage. That would be any of the 15s. We're going to say Omnitron, and then everybody has to discard a card. So there we go. And now Pseudo, they're going to play Thickened Blood. Pseudo regains ongoing shape limited. When this card is played, Pseudo regains 3 HP and destroy each shape other than this one. We use damage dealt to Pseudo by 1. So here, on the earth, and 3 healing. Then power, they're going to use their base power, discard top, and they're going to shuffle 3 shapes to deal 4 damage total, which we're going to deal to the fire augmentation. Then draw. Alright, impact is going to play the K in orbit. Ongoing, when this card is played, impact deals 1 target 2 infernal damage at the start of your turn. Impact may deal 1 target 2 projectile damage. If he does, destroy one of your ongoing cards. So that's 2 damage. We're going to put a token to set up for this effect again. Draw phase. Alright, Omnitron, they're going to play Reset. Shuffle, one shot, shuffle your trash into your deck. You may draw a card, you may play a card. Draw, then they're going to play Sleep Through Time. Ongoing limited, at the end of your turn, you may play a card and use a power. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. Power, we're going to just deal 3 damage to fire augmentation by base. Then draw phase. End of turn, we're going to play Innervation Ray, equipment component. At the start of your turn, up to 3 hero targets gain 1 HP each. If Omnitron-X is dealt 5 or more damage in 1 turn, destroy this card. Then for power, we're going to use his base power. Overclock. There's 1 component in play. That component starts turn effect acts at the end of this turn as well. We're going to choose Innervation Ray, which immediately activates, so that's healing 1 HP to 3 people. So we're going to choose Pseudo, Impact, and Eve. There we go. Now that's it. We go to Odin. Eve is going to play Prototype Thor, Equipment Limited, or Equipment Lands. When this card enters play, put an extra hero, we're going to choose Pseudo. The hero next to each card has access to the powers on lands cards you control, replacing Eve with the name of the hero and you with their player. And it has the power, Eve deals a target 2 melee or 2 lightning damage, and Eve regains 1 HP. So we have that power right now, which is nice. Power, we're just going to use the Fiend to deal 2 damage here and regain 1 HP. Environment, nothing right now, start of turn. We get Resource Recycler component. At the start of each turn, if the top card of the trash pile associated with a turn is an equipment or a device, put it into play. At the end of the environment turn, put a drawn card from the environment trash into play. End of turn, we can discard cards. We're not going to do that. And then we have to put the only drawn in play, which makes us activate their effect. So we're going to destroy the component because and then we have to destroy a component, the resource recliner, so it just doesn't do anything there. That's it. Villain, they play. More than corruption, we get more targets. Like augmentation, speak augmentation, and leisure augmentation. They all get a new Fiend, so we'll see what those are. This gets 1 DR for first time each turn. Then the next one gets damage increase, while also giving damage increase to everyone else. And the last one is nothing actually. Okay, so technically because there's no more targets in play, we think it will be going into an infinite, but we'll just say the deck just shuffled itself back as a last thing. So there we go. Then that's it. End of turn, they play an extra card. They follow the screams, so we take the 4 non-character tag with the lowest. That would be the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 7. So they all take 4 damage. So all of the hit for these 3 are related to highest, so which becomes 5 actually because it's plus 1. So we're taking 20 damage total. Look at so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then highest takes 5 total. So that's Omnitron. Yeah, the component wasn't going to last anyways. Then end of turn, highest takes 5 damage reduced to 4, so that's going to be Eve. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hits himself for 1. AoE 3 reducible. Then second highest takes 4, that's one of the force HP was a Pseudo because they have DR. And everybody has to discard a card, so then highest takes 3 because of that anyway, so we'll say it here. Then highest takes 3. That's a 6, and this card deals here with the highest HP 5 damage, and we destroy 2 ongoing equipment cards. So that's Omnitron, which is killed, fortunately, and destroy 2 cards. So we're going to destroy Thickened Blood, and we're going to destroy Local Microgravity, which lets it come back into play as we heal for 1 HP. This may be a loss now, to be honest, yeah. So it's going to play try to not think about it, search the Villain deck for 1 card, shuffle the rest into the Villain deck, put the card on top or bottom of the Villain deck. So we're going to search for behind you, shuffle this and leave it on top. Power, they're going to use the power in prototype to deal 2 damage and heal for 1, draw. Oh wait, we actually have the 1 less damage because of Mind of Mother. So, start of turn, we'll destroy Local Microgravity to deal 2 damage to the Fire Augmentation, destroying it. So that's at least 1 less target to deal with. Then we're going to play Gravitic Orb next to this guy. So that takes 1 damage total, and the next damage is prevented. Power, we're going to just set up again. Draw, that's all. Omnitron. We're going to use the incap to put the top card of Eve's deck into play. Awakening Ultimate. Ongoing limited. At the start of your turn, you may move Odin next to a target. At the end of your turn, each target that had Odin next to them this turn may either regain 1 HP or deal themselves 1 irresolved energy damage. You know what? Not the worst right now. We need anything we can. Alright. Then with that, we go to If they're going to play the start of turn, they're going to first move Odin next to this one, leaving them 1 irreducible, or 2 damage reduced to 1, doesn't really matter. There we go. Then they're going to play Lunatic Scud. You may destroy Odin. If you do, damage dealt by this card is irreducible or increased by 1. If it deals up to X targets, 3 energy damage, where X equals the amount of lands cards you control. We control 4 lands cards, so we can deal 4 targets 3. So we're going to destroy. We're not going to destroy Odin because that would actually reduce the number of cards. So that's 3 damage. Destroys the target here. Lets us move this card next to another target thanks to Queen of Destruction. So we're moving next to Speakhawk, so it takes 2 damage. Then we're going to hit that for 3 more damage. Then hit this guy for 3 and also Swarm Eater. There we go. Then power. We're going to just use the power on Protai Thor to hit this guy for 2 damage and heal for 1. Draw phase. The targets that were next to Odin deal, we're going to make them deal themselves 1 damage. So this is just straight off and get rid of at least a +1. So maybe we can survive that way. We'll see. So the Odin is next to no one right now, and that's it. Environment, we get partial Omnitron. When this card is displayed, remove 25 HP from it, so it's only at 5. So the environment turn, this card regains 4 HP. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-device target 2 lightning damage. So yeah, that's not good. End of turn, we're not going to scare, we don't have enough cards. This heals first for 4 damage, 4 HP, and then it deals AoE 2. So we may have lost this now, I believe. That's it. Environment, a melee enemy, they play behind you. Ongoing, whenever a target enters play, Swarm deals that target 1 melee damage. When this card is destroyed, play a top card of the villain deck. End of turn, we play top. We just get Single Mind Pursuit, which does nothing, so we play top. We just keep doing that. And that's for lowest, which is the non-character, so it goes to these guys, it redirects to ourselves for highest, so they all take it, and we lost, unfortunately. That is a shame, but Eve at least has a few variants, so we'll be able to see her again, and she actually has a really cool gimmick, being able to actually move 1 specific card, so let's at least see what else she has to show. Hornet Assault, 1 shot. If deals up to 3 targets when you receive melee damage, if Odin is in play, you may move Odin next to one of those targets, and you may use a power. Otherwise, search your deck, trash and hard for Odin and put it into play. If play from your deck, shuffle it. Sin Scissors, 1 shot. If deals up to 2 targets, 2 melee damage each. If Odin is in your trash, if may deal one of those targets 3 energy damage, then put Odin from your trash into your hand. Draw a card, or if regains 2 HP. Retrieve and Repel, 1 shot. A player may play a non-1 shot card from their hand or trash. If Odin enters play this way, you may search your deck or trash for defensive maneuvers and put it into play. If search your deck this way, shuffle it. You may use a power. Energy Conversion, ongoing, lands, limited. The first time each turn Odin is destroyed, you may draw a card or use a power. If it was outside your turn, you may add Odin to your hand instead. If deals a target to irreducible energy damage, if damage is dealt this way, is dealt to if this way, you may play a card. Queen's Order. Another hero may use a power. If a power on a landscape is used this way, you may return this card to your hand. If you don't, that hero may draw a card or you may play a card. 1 shot. Metal Dosara. With this card displayed, you may use a power. Reduce the first damage dealt to each hero in the same player as Odin each turn by 1. If it regains up to 2 HP, if 1 or less HP was regained this way, you may move Odin next to a target or play Odin. Extreme Color. If deals a target 3 melee damage, you may destroy Odin. If you do, damage dealt to that target is either increased by 1 or you use all for the until the start of your next turn. Defensive Maneuvers, ongoing, limited. While Odin is next to Eve, reduce damage dealt to Eve by 1 once per turn. When Eve is dealt damage by a non-hero target, you may move Odin next to her or play Odin. So those are the things. I say again, unfortunately we got unlucky in this fight, but she has at least 2 variants, so that means she'll be able to come here for a rematch in the future. As I believe she just got unlucky with that one card that played the worst targets in Swarmider's deck, and then the worst cards in there too. Thanks everyone for watching. If you want to search for Eve Code Ultimate, you can search it on the Multiverses table. And if you want to search for Target Pseudo, it's on Sentinels Custom Classics. Sense of the Multiverse owned by Greenland Games. Please support the official release. Goodbye.